I've never shared this before in the nearly 5 years of being on social media. So I'm gonna do a quick get ready with me while I talk about how I broke into tech via PayPal. Contrary to popular belief, I did not get in by applying online or through a referral. I was actually found on LinkedIn by the hiring manager. Today I'm gonna use Velasco. This is really nice. It's a small brand, but they do use very clean and minimal ingredients. And then some toner, and I'll show you there. So late 2019, once I got laid off for the second time, I decided I really want to teach myself how to code, and that's what I did. But then the pandemic happened, and it actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise. But the main thing is that I was really trying to figure out how could I stand out from the many other applicants once hiring was going to start up again. So in business, this is what they would call finding your value proposition. I was going to brand myself as an engineer who could also design. Can't forget the sunscreen. And so I was thinking, well, there's LinkedIn. At the time, I was starting to see patterns in terms of how the LinkedIn algorithm and the SEO work. So I decided to experiment. I'll be using this for a foundation. I figured out on my own how to analyze the search analytics report that LinkedIn put out every week. I was optimizing my profile off of what would come up in the search results. It's a little too complicated to go over in this short video, but I will say that it's very keyword dependent. But the other big part that I was thinking about was like, I think it's also dependent on you posting online. If I go back to sales here, so you have something called like a sales funnel. And essentially what I was trying to do was build my own funnel where I would post on LinkedIn after hitting 500 connections and be able to start funneling people down into actually reaching out to me for a job. So that's exactly what I did. I was very strategic about my headline at that time. I also backed it up with my LinkedIn posts as well. I was showing the different designs and my thought process behind them. And lo and behold, it actually got me a lot of managers to reach out. Future me here. The managers who reached out to me were all very interested in hiring an engineer who could design. And this was the best case scenario because I end up bypassing the middleman, aka the recruiters. I go straight to the hiring manager. And that's how I was able to interview with several major companies like Amazon, Snap, PayPal, Robinhood, using the Rare Beauty blush in Nearly Mauve. So with PayPal, how that came up is that a recruiter reached out and she said at the end of the call, oh, I think I have your LinkedIn profile. So that's how I figured out that I was actually scouted for online. And it's really a major reason why I always tell everybody that you should utilize LinkedIn. Even today, it's still very useful. It's really about how do you market yourself? How do you create your own personal brand? Then I'll do a part 2 to talk about how I got the initial interview with PayPal, but then I actually got rejected in the final round. So I'm gonna explain how I ended up actually getting the job. I hope y'all have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.